Now, this is a form of sexism that women harbor against themselves and against other women. So it perpetuates those stereotypes that we are expected to live by in terms of the things set up with misogyny. So the idea that women should be feminine, should be soft, should be quiet, seen and not heard. These are ideas that other women can perpetuate to each other. So if someone laughs too loud, you often see someone saying, don't do that, you're a woman, you're a lady, stop that. If you sit in a certain way, no, don't sit like that, you're a lady, sit like this. If you're too open with your opinions, or if you're in the advocacy space, people might be like, oh, she's loud, she's very abrasive. Or if you express discontent with something, people might say, oh, you're difficult to work with. She's not very feminine, she's not very soft. And this can be perpetuated by other women as well, telling you to, no, just be quiet, don't speak like that, speak like this, soften your voice, appeal to people. If you want to be listened to, you have to be soft, you have to be sweet, you have to hold back. So those ideas can be very damaging to someone because not everyone is naturally like that. And we should all be allowed to show up as our authentic selves. So when you put those constraints on people, you limit them to only being A or B. And that can be very detrimental to someone's mental health, or especially self-esteem, the way you view yourself. If you don't fit into the soft and feminine framework, then that means, oh, something must be wrong with me. How can I fix it? What can I do? Instead of just embracing the version of you that you are and just improving just in general in terms of, your education, in terms of your ability to speak to people and relate to people, just interpersonally, you might think, oh, I've got to change everything about myself because everything's wrong, because I'm not soft and I'm not quiet and I'm not demure. I have to be this way if I'm going to be a real woman. So that can be very harmful, and it can cause things like anxiety and depression and body dysmorphia. There's so many things that can come from that, where you look at yourself and you don't really see what's there. You start seeing all your imperfections. So that's how internalized misogyny can really manifest itself. So internalized misogyny is made up of two main elements, which is self-objectification and passive acceptance of gender roles. These components are linked to a plethora of negative outcomes, including identity foreclosure, psychological distress, like I mentioned before, disordered eating. Let's say if we say a feminine body should look a certain way, it should be curvy, or you should be small and petite, you should be, then if someone doesn't fit into that, they might not give themselves the nutrients they need daily, because they might starve themselves because they are saying, I'm too big, I need to look like this if I'm going to be a real woman. That is very harmful and very detrimental to someone's well-being. And that's why we need to have these discussions. I wonder, maybe, Ms. Chinga, if you could share if you've seen this in the young girls that you've worked with, or even with the older women, because there's no age limit on when you can experience this or when you can actually be a part of this. Is this something that you've witnessed too? And what are usually the outcomes in these cases?
Yeah, sadly, we have witnessed it, especially where then girls become subjects or become victims of serious gender-based violence, such as early unions. We have seen older women orchestrating early unions for girls as young as 12, as young as 13. And we have seen even girls around 13, 12, 14 giving birth, some with dire consequences where they end up losing their lives. So it's then said when we have women either supporting such biases or not taking action because of their culture, what they think is right, how they were socialized, and because of the patriarchal nature of our society. So it's really sad, even where women whose names have been profiled so that they occupy certain positions, you then realize that women may not be able to support other women. They would rather support a man. We then have other biases in terms of the structure of our leadership ladder in our families, in our communities, and even in the nation. I was doing a research just to find out of nearly 200 chiefs that we have in our country, how many are women? And you'll be surprised that it's only 4. And Mat South thankfully has the highest number. It is 3, and there's another one in Mashonaland East in Mudzi. And in terms of even having had women, this is actually a new term. It used to be just headmen or head persons. Now, by virtue of our new constitution, we only have less than 10% of the whole number being women. So we still need to do a lot in terms of just looking at perception